They show up quietly sometime in March. Little rows of soft marshmallow chicks, each with two tiny brown eyes and a sugar crust that sticks to your fingertips. But Peeps, the kind sold in cardboard boxes with cellophane windows, they're not just a holiday treat. They are an unlikely triumph of industrial engineering, ingenuity, and American seasonal culture. In 1953, each Peep took 27 hours to make. At the Rhoda Candy Company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, marshmallow batter was piped by hand into chick shapes using pastry bags. The mixture had to cool for hours to stabilize. And finally, workers used a pair of tweezers to hand apply each eye, one dab at a time. That same year, a candy maker named Sam Bourne, originally from Russia, purchased the company. Bourne had already changed the confectionery world one time. He invented a machine that could insert sticks into lollipops, and he printed "Just Born" on wrappers to guarantee freshness. That same phrase became the name of his company, Just Born Incorporated. Bourne's son, Bob Bourne, applied the family's mechanical instincts to the marshmallow problem. He developed a process to automate what had previously taken hours. By the early 1960s, they had reduced the production time for a single Peep from 27 hours to just 6 minutes. The factory in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, began producing on a scale the founders of Rhoda could not have imagined. Today, Just Born produces over 2 billion Peeps every year. That's more than 5.5 million Peeps per day. Laid end to end, the annual production of Peeps would stretch more than 52,000 miles. That's 83,700 kilometers. More than twice the circumference of Earth. Each Peep measures about 2.5 inches, or 6.4 centimeters in length, and weighs roughly 0.25 ounces, 7 grams. That translates to over 30 million pounds, 13.6 million kilograms of marshmallow product every year. But the evolution of Peeps wasn't only about speed and volume. It was also about shape. In the early handmade versions, Peeps had wings that stuck out slightly from their sides. That detail made molding very difficult at scale. In the late 1950s, engineers at Just Born redesigned the Peep by removing the wings, giving it a rounded, cleaner silhouette. The updated shape could be formed more reliably by machines and packed more efficiently for shipping. The eyes remain, though, each one still applied by a mechanical nozzle now, with the precision of a dot. Over time, the Peep lineup expanded. We saw bunnies, hearts, pumpkins, and even ghosts. But the yellow chick remains the flagship. It accounts for nearly 60% of all seasonal sales. Peeps are the most popular around Easter time, with more than 1.5 billion sold during the 8-week lead-up to the holiday. They've also found an unexpected second life as art supplies. In 2006, the Washington Post launched its annual Peeps Diorama Contest. The idea was simple. Create a diorama using marshmallow Peeps to reenact a moment in history, pop culture, or everyday life. Thousands of entries poured in. One memorable submission featured a Peep version of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Another recreated the courtroom from To Kill a Mockingbird, complete with a marshmallow Atticus Finch. The contest ran until 2017, when it moved to local outlets like the Washington City Paper, continuing the tradition. Teachers and parents embraced it as a springtime project. Libraries displayed dioramas in glass cases. Peeps became something more than candy. They became a medium of expression. But the cultural footprint of Peeps is not limited to art and holidays. During the 1991 Gulf War, Peeps appeared in military care packages sent to U.S. troops overseas. The candy's long shelf life, up to 2 years when properly sealed, made it ideal for shipping. Soldiers wrote home about the novelty of receiving a soft, bright yellow Peep in the middle of the desert. Some squads even staged Peep target practice as a morale booster. It wasn't official protocol, but it was real. Domestically, Peeps became part of family rituals. Grandparents mailed them in bubble wrap envelopes, timing delivery to arrive just before Easter morning. Photos from the 1970s showed Peeps nestled between dyed eggs and hollow chocolate bunnies on linoleum countertops. For some families, it wasn't Easter unless Peeps were slightly stale, though. Left open on the countertop for 48 hours to toughen the outside, just the way Grandpa liked them. Celebrity endorsements added another layer of visibility. Justin Bieber once tweeted his love of Peeps to over 35 million followers. Martha Stewart featured them on her cooking show, crafting them into elaborate table centerpieces. And in 2021, when Just Born paused holiday production due to pandemic staffing limits, it made the national headlines. The break was short-lived, but it proved something. People noticed when Peeps disappeared. Through all of it, the essential formula has barely changed. Sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, and air. Yet that mixture has become a cultural fixture, a symbol of low-cost sweetness tied to not any single religion or tradition, but to an American rhythm of seasonal cycles, birthdays, baskets, and brunch tables. So, what do we make of a factory that turns out 2 billion marshmallow chicks a year? Of a product designed for 10 seconds of chewing, now featured in art galleries, war zones, and memory drawers? It tells us something about scale, about how small things done well, done consistently, can take on a life much bigger than anyone ever expected. Peeps went from 27-hour novelties to a product that orbits the earth in metaphor, in quantity, and in the imagination of those who give it a second look. These are Interesting Things with JC.